It's no secret that Kourtney and Kim Kardashian have spent years of their lives arguing and competing with each other.
I said to Scott, I'm not buying her a pair of shoes, I bought her a career.
What's wrong with you guys? My diamond earring came up in the ocean and it's gone. Kim, there's people that are dying.
No, I will literally you up. If you mention it again, literally shut the up and don't laugh like that.
But now it seems like they're passing it on to their daughters. North and Penelope have grown up as best friends, but now their moms are encouraging them to have a feud of their own, and you'll never believe everything that's going on with them. In July 2012, Kourtney and Scott Disick's only daughter, Penelope, was born. Only 11 months later, Kim and Kanye welcomed their first child, North, to the world. During their early years, Penelope and North were basically inseparable. It seemed like North and Penelope did everything together.
What's the sales pitch? Like, tell me what you're doing here.
Kim and Kourtney even celebrated their daughters' birthdays with joint parties some years. But over the last few years, the cousins' arguments have been happening more often.
What I came across. Now,
it turns out that might not be a complete coincidence. In 2019, Kim and Kourtney got into a huge disagreement about the theme for North and Penelope's joint birthday celebration. It started out with Kourtney and Kim simply having different ideas, but before long, the fight had taken a ridiculously dramatic turn. Kourtney wasn't opposed to the idea of having a Candyland theme, but she suggested that the candy should be natural and healthy.
Sugar's not healthy, but I'm saying let's do not the nasty stuff with food coloring and all like gross shit.
But Kim felt like serving organic treats would go against the entire Candyland theme. It started a feud between them that we've now seen go on for years and years. It seemed like Kourtney and Kim's original conflict was mainly because of their own contrasting personal values. Their lifestyles and parenting styles truly are surprisingly different.
How can you have a Candyland? Your brand? This is about a kid's party. This is not about your brand.
But what could have been a simple debate ended up spiraling into a bitter shouting match. Kim and Kourtney ultimately compromised by serving candy, organic ice cream, and salads at the party. But it was crazy to see that both of them wanted to be the winner of the argument so badly that it overshadowed what really mattered. Kourtney and Kim couldn't respectfully work through their differences even for their daughter's sake. Instead, their first reaction was to blow up at each other.
I swear to God, I'll punch you in your face.
Ever since then, it became increasingly obvious that Kourtney and Kim truly can't have healthy, normal debates with each other. Unfortunately, their insane arguments are starting to impact the bond between Penelope and North in a really heartbreaking way. In a 2015 interview with Harper Bazaar, Kourtney shared that Penelope and North were always having fun together. They were toddlers at the time, but Kourtney claimed that they had already started fighting over shoes. But what she revealed next was so bizarre. Kourtney said that the minor disagreements between North and Penelope reminded her of when she and Kim were younger. But as innocent as that seemed, it could be extremely telling for the future of Penelope and North's relationship. Whenever Kourtney addresses the history of feuds between Kim and herself, she almost always has the same explanation.
Kim and I definitely grew up like more competitive.
Apparently, one of the main sources of their argumentative attitude towards each other stems from their childhood. Kim and Kourtney were incredibly competitive as kids, which honestly doesn't seem to have changed a lot over the years. We literally watched them get into a physical altercation a few seasons ago, but the reason why they felt so combative against each other is absolutely unreal. Kourtney and Kim believe their fierce competition started because they were born only a year and a half apart. There's another similarity they share with Penelope and North, but the cousins are even closer in age. Kim and Kourtney have previously revealed that even though the girls have a lot in common, they're very different people. Allegedly, they have opposite sense of styles. Most of the time, their go-to outfit choices wouldn't even match each other, but that's not all. Penelope and North supposedly have pretty different personalities, just like Kourtney and Kim's contrasting character traits. And as the cousins get older, it seems like their bond is changing. Now, it's so similar to Kim and Kourtney's connection, it's seriously shocking. North and Penelope have spent so much time together, it almost seems as if they're sisters at times. That's why it's especially harmful for Kim and Kourtney to constantly be fighting fighting and competing with each other? Do they really want their kids to learn and copy that toxic behavior? It turns out a lot of people believe that Kim and Kourtney are actually feuding through their daughters as well, encouraging North and Penelope to compete against each other. As strange as it might seem, it definitely seems possible. A source claiming to have inside knowledge about the Kardashians recently spoke to Life in Style, and what they revealed was eye-opening. They opened up about Kim's alleged master plan for North, which could cause trouble for Penelope. This is unbelievable. The insider explained that Kim has reportedly come up with a secret scheme to make North as famous as possible. Supposedly, that's why she had North accompany her to high-profile events and appearances for the last several months. The source also claimed that Kim is so desperate for her daughter to be a star that she's been putting a lot of pressure on her lately. Now, North has allegedly been focused on becoming an even more famous celebrity than either of her parents. If that's true and North is already trying to rise to the top, it sounds like she's a lot like her mom. Kim will do whatever it takes to stay on top, even if that means Kourtney accuses her of choosing business over family.
And put a job above their family.
If North follows in Kim's footsteps, that could very well cause a lot of strain in her relationship with Penelope. But North and Penelope's TikTok accounts are already starting to expose their competitive sides in an insane way. Both Penelope and North have had TikTok profiles for a while, but because they're not old enough to sign up for the platform, their moms allegedly help run their accounts. The cousins used to mainly film silly videos together, but now that's not the case. Kim and North have been using their account mostly as a marketing strategy or just to stay relevant. Before Kim started appearing in her daughter's videos, North had already been promoting her mom's different brands for a while, but she wasn't the only one boosting the family businesses. Penelope has also been acting like a mini influencer for a while. On the TikTok account that she and Kourtney share, she's even posted Sephora makeup hauls and tutorials. Of course, Kourtney's brands Poosh and Let Me have both been featured in the videos. North and Penelope still occasionally make cameos in each other's TikToks, but not as often as they used to. I can't help but wonder if that has something to do with Kourtney and Kim's latest major feud. In a recent episode of The Kardashians, Kourtney was feeling nervous about launching her supplement line. The anxiety had been caused by Kim constantly asking about Kourtney's business plans and comparing them to hers. Kim and Kourtney's competitiveness against each other is clearly still a huge problem in their lives. Even if they don't project the rivalry onto North and Penelope, the cousins' bond could still be seriously harmed. When the sisters weren't speaking to each other during their recent fight, it created a lot of distance between them. It was probably so challenging to keep that from affecting Penelope and North. Honestly, it seemed like Kourtney and Kim completely avoided each other for quite a while. I'm not sure how they could have still managed to regularly meet up for their daughters to see each other, which is so sad. The Kardashian family dynamic is a little unusual because of the different businesses and brands that each sister has. Most of the time, people don't have to deal with maintaining professional relationships with their siblings. But if Khloe, Kendall, and Kylie can manage to find a balance, maybe there's still hope for Kourtney and Kim. Apparently, Kim and Kourtney were recently able to work through their massive fight, at least to the point where they're speaking to each other again. But how many crazy arguments can they realistically keep having before too much damage is done? If Kourtney and Kim ever refuse to be in each other's lives, that could possibly really hurt the family empire. So if Kim truly does want North to be famous and take over her brand someday, she and Kourtney might need to drop their competition. Hopefully the sisters are able to make some sort of positive change in the near future. That way Penelope and North don't end up carrying on their toxic pattern of constantly feuding. Kourtney and Kim's competitiveness is a big concern regarding the future of the family. Now that we've gotten into how their arguments have impacted or could potentially affect Penelope and North's bond, I'm curious. Do you think Kim and Kourtney encourage North and Penelope to compete against each other? What are your thoughts on the cousins allegedly fighting with each other lately, and what that could mean for their future? Let me know in the comments below.